Power Insider. The invincible power of the USS Gerald R. Ford, a mobile fortress that changes the face of warfare. Have you ever wondered what happens when a war machine worth over $13 billion appears in a hot spot? What makes enemies tremble and allies stand in awe? Let's explore with Power Insider the secret behind the symbol of the world's most powerful modern navy, the super aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford. At the end of 2023, when the war between Israel and Hamas erupted, a ship quietly entered the Mediterranean Sea, the most expensive and powerful war machine ever built. The United States is deploying military forces closer to Israel, including one of the Navy's most advanced aircraft carriers. Equipped with a nuclear reactor, laser weapons, and stealth fighter jets, this $13.2 billion aircraft carrier is not only a symbol of global power, but also a strong warning to America's enemies. When it arrives, the entire battlefield situation will change. But what exactly makes this ship so dangerous? Why are America's rivals so terrified of it? Let's explore the secret hidden behind this war machine together with Power Insider. The U.S. Navy dominated the oceans for decades with its powerful Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. But time does not stand still, and neither does war. In 2007, the United States officially introduced a groundbreaking innovation: the birth of the Gerald R. Ford-class aircraft carrier, a symbol of naval power that is completely different. This is not only the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier designed for today's battles, but also for the next half-century of global conflicts ahead. The Gerald R. Ford replaces the legendary USS Enterprise CVN-65, closing a historic chapter in aircraft carriers while ushering in a bold new era. Equipped with over a decade of advanced development and a massive investment exceeding $13 billion, the Ford class marks a breakthrough in naval design and strategy. Technological transformation beyond the Nimitz class. Compared to the Nimitz class, the Ford class features 23 groundbreaking improvements. It is sleeker, smarter, and more formidable. The Advanced Automation System, next-generation radar electromagnetic aircraft launch system, and a significantly more powerful electrical grid are the technological pinnacles integrated into the system. The command tower structure is designed to be compact, freeing up a significant amount of deck space for flight operations. The new hull not only enhances stability, but also improves stealth capabilities. The heart of the ship consists of two Bechtel A-1B nuclear reactors, each a masterpiece of engineering. Together, they generate an incredible power output of up to 700 megawatts, more than 3 times the power of previous Nimitz-class ships, enough to supply electricity to a small American city. With a length of 199 feet, a height of 249 feet, and a weight of 110,000 tons, the Ford is a modern steel monument. The expansive flight deck can simultaneously support the takeoff of 95 airplanes and helicopters, serving not only as a mobile airbase, but also as a powerful and large-scale aerial strike force. On the ship, an elite formation of fighter jets is present, the F-35C Lightning Trator II, a supersonic stealth fighter that is extremely dangerous. The F-15 and A-10 Warthog, versatile fighters renowned for their close air support capabilities. Along with that are unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs capable of autonomous reconnaissance, and other types. Ford, the game-changing mobile fortress. This ship is nothing short of a mobile fortress equipped with power and technology that strike fear into its opponents. Its presence in the combat zone will completely shift the balance of power, creating tremendous pressure on America's enemy. That is precisely why the entire world closely watches every move of this colossal ship, a vivid symbol of the United States' unwavering strength and determination in the global geopolitical arena. The airstrike missions of the Ford-class aircraft carriers truly represent a breakthrough in multi-mission combat capabilities. With a combination of various aircraft ranging from air superiority and long-range strike to electronic warfare, and naval interdiction, this ship offers unprecedented versatility. Notably, the crew size was reduced by up to 900 members thanks to advanced automation and an optimized operating system, making it a symbol of modern technology. But what truly makes the difference is not just the number of planes Ford brings along, but its exceptional adaptability. The ship is designed with the space, power, and systems necessary to integrate directed energy weapons, drone swarms, and emerging hypersonic technology. To become the most powerful warship in the world, the Ford doesn't rely solely on fighter jets. It transforms itself into a multi-layered, intelligent defense system capable of detecting, tracking, and neutralizing threats before they even take shape. The ultimate defensive weapons, guns, lasers, and missiles. The centerpiece of the Ford defense system is the Phalanx Seus, a powerful last line of defense. This is a 6-barrel Gatling gun, controlled by radar, firing up to 4,500 rounds per minute, creating a wall of tungsten bullets that shred incoming cruise missiles and drones before they can reach the hull. The ship is equipped with Lockheed Martin's LAWS laser system, a directed energy weapon capable of instantly destroying targets within a range of up to 2.2 miles. To enhance its defensive capabilities, the ship is also equipped with the RIIM-116 Rolling Airframe Missile System, a compact launcher carrying 20 interceptor missiles. Each missile travels at speeds exceeding 275 miles per hour, specifically designed to counter ultra-fast and highly maneuverable threats, such as modern anti-ship missiles and swarms of drones. Unique, multi-layered, defensive capability. In addition to the point defense systems mentioned, the Ford is also protected by an integrated sensor network and an upgraded Aegis combat management system. This allows the ship not only to detect threats from very long distances, but also to classify them by their level of danger, enabling coordination of various layers of defense from long-range missiles of the escort group to medium-range missiles of the aircraft carrier itself, and down to point defense systems and lasers, creating an almost impenetrable protective bubble. This is the key factor that enables the Ford to operate safely in modern warfare environments where saturation attacks using missiles and drones are becoming increasingly common. In addition to firepower, Ford also features an advanced system that enhances speed and intelligence for aerial operations. The elevator staircase can lower 65 tons, precisely lifting aircraft and weapons from deep within the bunker up to the flight deck, even under harsh combat conditions. The flight deck has been redesigned to allow for smoother takeoffs and landings, which is essential for handling stealth aircraft like the F-35 and heavy helicopters such as the Apache. The newly designed weapon elevators are sealed to be explosion and shock-proof, transporting ammunition faster than ever before, ensuring the time between firings is minimized to the greatest extent. Harsh challenge. Surviving in the hell of bombshells. In the summer of 2021, the U.S. Navy did something unexpected. It attacked its own ship off the coast of Florida. The USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, anchored in open waters, was subjected to an explosion equivalent to 40 tons of TNT in a test called full ship shock trials designed to simulate real combat conditions. This test not only demonstrates the ship's strength, but also proves its durability and ability to survive extremely severe shock situations at sea. The Ford is not just an ordinary aircraft carrier, it is the result of intelligence and technology, truly a living symbol of modern naval power. Imagine a torpedo or ballistic missile attack on the vast ocean. The ship remained steady without any serious damage or system failures, sending a clear message to enemies around the world. As former Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin once said at a press conference, this aircraft carrier is not only designed to be deployed, but also to survive. The Ford class is proof that American engineering can withstand the shocks of future battlefields. Emails, the revolutionary aircraft launch system. That is the electromagnetic aircraft launch system EMALS, which uses raw electromagnetic force to catapult fighter jets into the sky with absolute precision. Not steam, no waste generated, purely kinetic energy only. Faster and safer, with the ability to launch one aircraft every 45 seconds, Ford can quickly take off even under continuous attack. Emails has changed the way we fight, said Rear Admiral Brian Corey, who oversees the operational testing of the Ford class. It provides comprehensive flexibility for the entire fleet, from stealth fighter jets to drones. It offers an extended launch range and an unmatched tempo. The superior advantage of emails. Compared to the traditional steam catapult system used on Nimitz-class carriers, emails is not only faster, but also enables the launch of lighter aircraft, including the new generation of unmanned aerial vehicles. This opens up the possibility of deploying large fleets of reconnaissance attack or electronic jamming UAVs, something that older aircraft carriers cannot achieve. Emails reduces stress on the aircraft frame, extends the lifespan of the plane, and lowers maintenance costs. This is a groundbreaking advancement, ensuring that Ford maintains absolute air superiority for many decades to come. After rigorous fire tests, the U.S. Navy has confirmed that the ship can withstand and continue operating during missile attacks, including systems such as China's DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missile, Iran's ballistic missiles, and Russia's hypersonic cruise missiles. With an air wing consisting of FA-18EF Super Hornets, EA-18G Growlers, E-2D Advanced Hawkeyes, and finally, the F-35C Lightning II fighter jets, equipped with long-range AIM-174B missiles, the Gerald R. Ford can detect, counter, and eliminate threats before they get close to the ship. Ford's sharp sword and steadfast shield. But defense is only half the story. The Ford is also a sharp sword capable of launching precise strikes from hundreds of miles away, destroying enemy fleets' missile complexes and fortified land targets with terrifying accuracy. Whether launching long-range AGM-158C anti-ship missiles, deploying strikes with the Murder Hornet system, or using quick-strike smart bombs, this aircraft carrier can end a conflict before it even begins. And if necessary, it can evacuate civilians, provide humanitarian aid, or conduct submarine hunts with the support of MH-60R Seahawk helicopters and CMV-22B Osprey aircraft. The USS Gerald R. Ford CVN-78 is not simply a spearhead in battle. Behind it stands a fleet of warships that transform an aircraft carrier into an impregnable floating fortress. Carrier Strike Group, Combined Power. USS Normandy, the firepower backbone of the 12th Attack Fleet, with the Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser, USS Normandy, serves as the strategic cornerstone of this task group's firepower. Designed for multitasking, the Normandy is equipped with the Aegis Combat System combined with a Vertical Launch System (VLS) capable of launching Tomahawk cruise missiles. This creates a comprehensive offensive and defensive power that strikes fear into its opponents. The Standard Missile System, along with anti-submarine rocket ammunition equipped on the ship, has a range exceeding 3,280 feet, allowing it to destroy enemy radar stations, airfields, and command centers before the opponent even realizes they are within targeting range. CNN defense analyst Barbara Starr noted in 2023 that the USS Normandy is often the first to open fire during joint exercises. It's not just a bodyguard, but also a global marksman capable of shaping the battlefield even before any aircraft takes off from the aircraft carrier. Normandy plays a crucial role in missile defense coordination, especially in countering hypersonic missile and cruise missile threats, particularly in tense maritime areas such as the Eastern Mediterranean and the Indo-Pacific region. The role of Normandy as a floating command center. In a modern aircraft carrier strike group, the Normandy serves not only as a missile launch platform, but also functions as a floating auxiliary brain. Its Aegis system integrates data from dozens of different sensor sources, ranging from the airborne radar of the E-2D Hawkeye to the underwater sonar of submarines, creating a real-time, three-dimensional battlefield picture. This allows fleet commanders to make faster, more accurate decisions in complex combat situations, especially when dealing with multiple threats simultaneously. USS Ramage, the guardian angel in the sky. USS Ramage, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, is regarded as the aerial guardian angel of Strike Group 12. With the ASY-1D radar and advanced sonar system along with a combat suite centered around SM-2, SM-6, and ESSM interceptor missiles, Ramage excels in air defense and ballistic missile defense. Ramage's multi-frequency radar network enables the detection and interception of airborne threats tens of miles away, while coordinating responses with other ships in the fleet almost in real time. In a 2024 NBC Fleet Readiness Report, military correspondent Courtney Cube emphasized that Ramage is often described by sailors as the eyes and reflexes of the entire fleet. If any object flies by at high speed, whether it's a missile or an unmanned aircraft, the Ramage is the ship that spots it first and takes it down. Ramage also played a key role in escorting the fleet through strategic choke points such as the Suez Canal and the Strait of Hormuz areas with the highest concentration of anti-ship missile threats. USS McFall, the Silent Hunter. Next is the USS McFall DDG-74, nicknamed the Silent Hunter. This is an Arleigh Burke-class Flight 2IA destroyer designed for versatile multi-mission capabilities from anti-submarine warfare ASW and surface warfare ASUW to land attack. McFall is equipped with a VLS system, torpedo launchers, anti-submarine rockets, and a helicopter landing deck for MH-60R Seahawks. The submarine leverages its maneuverability and advanced sonar to operate effectively near the shore, detecting quiet diesel submarines operating close to enemy coastlines and pursuing them with high precision. Naval analyst David Larder described the McFall in a 2023 defense report as a ship that comes alive in ambiguity, one day serving as an escort and the next secretly operating in enemy waters, coordinating submarine hunts or launching Tomahawk missiles. Recent upgrades have also enabled McFall to deeply integrate electronic warfare capabilities, transforming it into a digital assassin in modern combat environments. USS Thomas Hudner, the future of the Navy. Finally, the newest destroyer in Strike Group 12, the USS Thomas Hudner, brings the future of naval warfare into the present. This is one of the destroyers equipped with the latest Flight 2A technology, combining proven systems with groundbreaking innovations in cyber defense, AI-assisted threat detection, and advanced radar integration. The Hudner is equipped with the ASPY-6 radar, a powerful multifunction system capable of sequentially tracking ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and aircraft, while also seamlessly integrating with early warning aircraft such as the E-2D Hawkeye. The upgraded stealth structure reduces radar reflection area, while the ship's systems are designed to be flexible and easily integrated with next-generation weapons such as directed energy and AI-powered network-centric warfare modules. The Hudner is not just a warrior on the ocean. It also serves as a data relay and command link, quietly controlling drones, transmitting satellite imagery, and simultaneously mapping electromagnetic threats in real time. Ford Global Warning: the ocean has no borders, and the USS Gerald R. Ford is not designed to operate just near home shores, but to go anywhere, projecting power and reshaping conflict zones simply through its presence. From the North Atlantic to the Eastern Mediterranean, Ford's deployments are not merely military operations, but strategic messages conveyed through steel and the 700-megawatt power of nuclear energy. Whether participating in NATO exercises or docking near conflict hotspots, the Ford has become the clearest symbol of American deterrence power. In 2022 and 2023, the Gerald R. Ford led a series of high-level multinational exercises across the Atlantic. During the Steadfast Defender exercise, the ship worked closely with British and Canadian forces to simulate large-scale air and naval integration under contested conditions. Amid the icy waters of the Norwegian Sea, it took part in the Arctic Forge exercise, conducting anti-submarine drills under a frost-covered sky, demonstrating combat capabilities in a harsh environment. Next were the Neptune Strike and Neptune Shield campaigns, conducted in coordination with Croatia, Italy, and several other NATO countries, where the Ford demonstrated its readiness to command an entire fleet across thousands of miles of ocean. In particular, in October 2023, when the conflict between Israel and Hamas escalated intensely, the USS Gerald R. Ford was rapidly deployed to the eastern Mediterranean region with the objective of deterrence. Although it never fired a single shot, its presence still exerted a profound influence throughout the entire region. The entire Carrier Air Wing 8 CVW-8 is always on high alert, and the Patrol Squadron 12 continuously conducts maritime patrols. The USS Ford coordinates joint air patrol missions, monitors Iranian naval activities, and supports intelligence sharing among allied forces. According to CNN journalist Oren Lieberman, this ship doesn't need to fire a single shot to demonstrate its power and make the opponent back down. With one appearance, everything changed completely. Russian reconnaissance planes continuously circled the fleet, while the Iranian proxy forces suddenly fell silent. In just a few days, the Ford aircraft carrier transformed a potential flashpoint into a controlled standoff simply by being present, responding to the Middle East gray zone. The presence of the Ford is more than just a typical deterrent. In the Mediterranean, it serves as an operational hub for coordinated military activities, working closely with regional partner forces such as Egypt, Jordan, and even Israel. It is not just a symbol, but also provides continuous intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance ISR capabilities, helping to gather information on adversary activities, especially those of Iran-backed armed groups. This creates a tight security net, minimizing the risk of surprise attacks and maintaining stability in a highly volatile region. Although not yet officially deployed in the Red Sea or the Strait of Hormuz, U.S. Navy, planners have long anticipated that these areas would become unavoidable hotspots, and the Gerald R. Ford was built specifically to address this challenge. This area is known for its tactics involving swarms of boats from Iran, floating mines, and long-range anti-ship missiles. In simulated and covert war exercises, Ford practiced combat operations under asymmetric warfare conditions, facing waves of drone attacks and electronic jamming. During joint training exercises with the French Navy and Gulf allies, the USS Ford tested real-time responses to simulated aggression scenarios from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, including missile launches. The ship employed defense systems such as the CIWS, the LAWS laser system, and drone launches powered by the emails. The ship not only provides defensive capabilities, but also demonstrates a superior advantage in escalating control over the situation. When the time comes, Ford will be ready to turn tension into control, and from control, lead to stability. In an iconic campaign, the Gerald R. Ford sailed into the Arctic region, participating in NATO's War Readiness Initiative. Navigating through icy waters and operating in an environment with limited GPS availability, the ship demonstrated remarkable endurance and adaptability. In close coordination with Norwegian frigates and the Canadian Navy, the flight crew aboard the Ford patrolled the area around Greenland, Iceland, and the critical UK Gulf Passage, a long-standing strategic choke point closely monitored by Russian submarines. The deployment not only demonstrates adaptability to climate change, but also sends a clear message to Moscow: the US Navy can operate confidently right in your own backyard. A defense analyst commented, "Russia considers the Arctic to be their own territory, but Ford has just turned it into a shared zone." The power to predict and prevent threats. Ford's capability goes beyond merely responding to existing threats. With a massive data analysis system from sensors and intelligence sources, Ford can predict potential aggressive behaviors of opponents. This allows the U.S. Navy to carry out preemptive deterrence measures, such as increasing reconnaissance patrol flights or conducting surprise exercises, forcing the adversary to change their plans and abandon any disruptive intentions. This is a strategic aspect that is little known to the public, but is a key factor in maintaining regional peace and stability. Ford, a symbol of power beyond the battlefield. The USS Gerald R. Ford is the most expensive warship in human history, but to truly understand its value, we have to look beyond the price tag, beyond the nuclear reactor, the stealth fighter jets, or the 95 aircraft on deck. Ford was not built just to destroy, but to shape the battlefield even before the first shot was fired. In today's world, wars are not always openly declared. The war is implied and waged in the shadows using economic sanctions, cyber attacks, proxy forces, and covert operations. In the context of this silent escalation, Ford has become a symbol of power far beyond a mere combat platform. It is the ultimate strategic signal, a force that influences diplomacy, psychology, and politics simply through its presence. The presence of the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier is not only a powerful symbol, but also a voice the entire world must listen to. In East Asia, it counters China's growing naval ambitions. In the Arctic, it challenges Russia's strategic monopoly. In the Middle East, it restrains Iran's aggression and helps stabilize volatile hotspots. The USS Gerald R. Ford not only carries missiles, but also delivers a clear message. This is not simply a military weapon, but a symbol of geostrategic power reshaping the balance of power across the seas. For America's allies, it is an unwavering commitment, a £220 million promise that the United States will protect the global order. To the enemy, it is a mobile, clear, deadly threat that is constantly on the move. Ford, the intelligence center afloat. In a world increasingly shifting toward asymmetric warfare, Ford's capabilities go far beyond conventional strike missions. It is increasingly playing an infiltrative role in covert international sabotage operations where military action intertwines with surveillance signals, intelligence, and electronic dominance. With advanced multiband radar, ELINT electronic intelligence systems, and signal jamming technology, the Ford serves as a floating intelligence hub at sea. During escalating tensions, this ship was used to intercept enemy communications in the Mediterranean Sea, and the Red Sea jam Iranian drone swarms attempting to infiltrate U.S. naval control zones, detect foreign submarines, trying to tap undersea cables, monitor U.S. formations, and provide logistical and air support for high-risk special operations teams. By 2023, several unnamed Pentagon officials confirmed to NBC and Politico that the electromagnetic surveillance team on the Ford played a key role in uncovering a sabotage plot against Israel's supply lines, carried out by Iran-affiliated operatives, enabling Mossad and the Navy SEALs to thwart the attack before it began. An anonymous CENTCOM commander once told CNN, "Ford is not just a forward base for aircraft, it is also a central hub for dominating covert maritime intelligence." When you need to turn chaos into clarity, we start by deploying Ford, integrated cyber warfare capability. More than just a physical fortress, Ford is also a mobile cyber warfare command center. With its capability to process massive amounts of data and secure satellite communication systems, it can serve as a node in the U.S. cyber warfare network, supporting remote offensive and defensive cyber operations. This includes the ability to disrupt the enemy's communication systems, disable their command and control networks, or even exploit vulnerabilities in the adversary's automated weapon systems. This capability makes Ford a crucial strategic asset in the gray zone of modern warfare, where conflicts occur not only at sea, but also in the digital domain. Psychological advantage: when presence becomes strategy. What sets Ford apart is not just its firepower, but also the psychological advantage it provides. Imagine you are an enemy commander planning a missile attack, carrying out a territorial occupation, or controlling attack drones. Then suddenly, you receive confirmation from the satellite the CVN-78 has entered your territorial waters. The plan changed immediately, but the timing of the change and the cost of the aggression became unclear and could potentially be disastrous. The real weapon is this very uncertainty. Ford doesn't need to drop bombs to influence a war. Its radar scans farther jets scramble faster, and the network capability responds instantly. And its very presence forced the opponent to adjust every strategy. In a world rife with global conflicts, sometimes the presence of strength speaks louder than words, forcing enemies to retreat or risk facing devastating retaliation. As General James Mattis famously stated, "Sometimes presence is the strategy." If deterrence fails, the forces already in place are there to finish what diplomacy cannot. That powerful truth encapsulates the cold reality of modern military strategy, a delicate balance resting on the edge between peace and chaos. Closing remarks from Power Insider. Today, Power Insider brings you the most accurate and up-to-date detailed information, supported by rigorous analysis from leading military strategists and geopolitical experts. If you find this in-depth analysis helpful, please like and subscribe. Your support is the driving force behind our ability to deliver even more comprehensive and engaging content. Share your thoughts in the comments section below and stay tuned for the next episode.